You've heard it a million times, right? You need money to make money. But what if that's, well, just plain wrong? Today, we're going to flip that idea on its head and explore something way more powerful. The idea that the right guidance can actually build wealth a whole lot faster than a pile of cash ever could.
All right, let's just jump right in with a little thought experiment. Picture this, a race to success. In one lane, you've got a founder with a cool $20,000 in the bank. A pretty nice head start. But in the other lane, a founder with absolutely nothing, except for a fantastic mentor. So who do you think wins? The answer? Well, it might just surprise you.
You see, that whole question really boils down to a fundamental choice we all have to make. And that brings us to our first big idea, money or direction. Because the path you pick here, it pretty much sets the stage for everything else.
You know, when you really look at how people chase their ambitions, you start to see a fundamental split. It's almost like everyone falls into one of two groups, a really simple but incredibly powerful divide. So here they are, the two paths to building wealth. First, you got the super common one, the one everybody's on, chasing capital. Think of it like a crowded highway. But then, there's this other path. It's like a hidden door called chasing guidance. And honestly, very few people even realize it's there. But for the ones who do, man, the power they unlock is just huge.
Okay, so if chasing capital is the path most people take, why are we saying it's often the wrong one? Well, that's what we're digging into next, in what I call the capital trap. We're going to see why just having a bunch of money can sometimes cause more problems than it solves.
I want you to really think about this for a second. Capital, all that money, without any direction? What is it really? It's just fuel poured on the ground. That image is so perfect, right? It's all this potential, all this power, just soaking into the dirt and evaporating. Without an engine to put it in, without a plan, it's completely wasted. But now, let's flip it around. What about direction without capital? Well, that can turn a single matchstick into a raging wildfire. See, that's the power of knowing exactly what to do. Even the smallest resource, when you apply it with real wisdom, can create something absolutely massive.
So okay, it's pretty clear that direction is the key. But what does that even mean? Like, what are we actually talking about here? That's what we're going to unpack next in Section 3, the value of perspective. Because believe me, this isn't just about getting a few friendly tips.
Yeah, we really need to get clear on what mentorship is. Forget those cheesy motivational posters. We're talking about the real deal, raw, practical guidance. The kind of stuff that shines a light on your flaws, forces you to confront your bad habits, and literally rewires how your brain works.
And having that kind of perspective, it is the ultimate shortcut. I mean, think about it. One single conversation with someone who's been there, done that, can save you from a 5-year mistake. Just let that sink in. 5 years. All that wasted time, money, and stress gone, just like that, after a 1-hour chat.
And this right here, this is the real reason so many people fail. It's almost never about a lack of smarts or a lack of hustle. Nope, it's the stubborn insistence on learning every single lesson the hard way, all by themselves. It's like, why would you choose to reinvent the wheel and drive straight into every pothole when someone's literally standing there offering you a map?
All right, so having that map gives you what honestly feels like an unfair advantage. And that's what we're jumping into next, the mentor's unfair advantage. Let's break down exactly how this plays out in the real world.
You know, if you really pay attention to how the wealthiest, most successful people operate, you'll see a pattern. They don't just have one mentor, they collect them. It's like they're building their own personal board of directors. They'll have a mentor for their finances, one for their business, another for mindset, and yeah, even one just for discipline.
This table breaks it down perfectly. Think about what your resources can actually buy you. Capital? Sure, it buys equipment. But mentorship, that buys you wisdom. Capital can get you an opportunity, no doubt, but mentorship gives you the strategy to actually capitalize on it. And here's the biggest one, the real kicker. Capital builds a business, but mentorship builds the person who's running that business.
And at the end of the day, that's what it all comes down to. The person is always more important than the money. Always. I mean, a brilliant founder with just a little bit of cash will run circles around a mediocre founder with a huge bank account every single time, because the business is just a mirror of the person in charge.
So right about now, you're probably thinking, okay, great, but where am I supposed to find these all-knowing mentors? Well, the good news is you don't have to climb a mountain to find some guru. Mentorship is literally everywhere. It could be a YouTube video that just clicks or a book that gives you a step-by-step plan. It could even be watching a stranger make a mistake and learning from it. Sometimes it's as simple as one person saying, "Hey, have you thought about trying this instead?"
Okay, so we've covered the capital trap, we've talked about the incredible power of guidance. Let's tie it all together in our final section, your map to wealth.
Look, if there's only one thing you take away from all of this, please let it be this quote. Capital is the power to move. Mentorship is the map that shows where. It's that simple. One is your engine, sure, but the other is your GPS. And let's be honest, you're not getting anywhere fast if you're lost.
And that brings us right back to that race we talked about at the beginning. You've got the runner with cash, just sprinting like crazy, burning all this fuel, but they could be running in the completely wrong direction. And then you have the runner with a map. They're moving with intention, with purpose, taking the most direct route. It's not even a fair fight, is it? We know who wins that race.
So this all leaves us with one last question, and it's a big one for you to think about. When you look at your own life, your own career, your own ambitions, ask yourself this: are you just running fast, or are you running in the right direction?